Joshua Buatsi returns to action on October 4th against this man right here, Marko Calic, or Calic. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, so I'm going to go with Calic. He is a Croatian light heavyweight. He's currently undefeated, 11-0 with 6 KOs, 32 years of age, 6'3" in height. He was seemingly a pretty decent amateur. He actually has at least two victories over Alen Babic in the amateurs. But he did also lose to Babic. All fights went the full 3-round distance. If we have a look here, interestingly as well, he beat Nista. And that was during his amateur career. You know, the BoxRec amateur records tend not to be comprehensive. Here it's got a list of 27 of his amateur bouts. I'm not sure if these are just the international bouts, but I strongly suspect he had a lot more than 27 amateur bouts in total. But either way, Nista is the guy that stopped Anthony Joshua in the amateurs. So he's got a win over him. He stopped him in 2009. And as you can see here, he beat Alen Babic on this occasion back in 2014, beat him again in 2015, but then lost to him on a split decision in 2016. He also fought in the World Series of Boxing. Okay, so he does have some pedigree. He wasn't like the top amateur in the world or anything like that. Wasn't an Olympian as far as I'm aware. So yeah, does have some pedigree, and he's a big light heavyweight. You know, 6'3", and if you look at his professional boxing record, look at the weights that he's coming in at. 181 pounds, 174, 174, 177, 177. So this is a guy who really is a boiled down cruiserweight, you know, kind of like Anthony Yard or Artur Beterbiev. He's a real big light heavyweight that could, you know, may be more comfortable at cruiserweight because he's that big. Whereas Joshua Buatsi really is kind of a big super middleweight rather than a boiled down cruiserweight. So it's interesting that Eddie Hearn and, well, let me not just say Eddie Hearn, but the management team, Anthony Joshua's management team, have chosen this opponent for Joshua Buatsi because Buatsi's been out the ring for over a year. And then they're putting him in with this guy who's clearly going to come to win, who clearly has some pedigree, who's very big at the weight. So, I don't know, interesting, man. Interesting matchmaking there. I do wonder whether, I haven't watched the guy fight, I have to confess, but I do wonder whether this is the wisest matchmaking after such a long layoff for Joshua Buatsi. You know, I guess we'll see in due course. So the last time that Calic fought himself was in October last year. So he will have been out the ring for around the same kind of time frame as Joshua Buatsi. But inactivity affects some fighters more so than others. Some fighters can be out the ring for a year, 2 years, like Floyd Mayweather when he was still fighting, and he gets back in there and he's absolutely razor sharp. Whereas other fighters, as I say, it affects them more and they're a lot more rusty. So yeah, anyway, this show, the Joshua Buatsi show, according to Eddie Hearn, is going to go ahead regardless. Crowd or no crowd is happening. And that is obviously very reassuring. So we've got some entertainment lined up for early October for us boxing fans. Those of you who are Croatian or know of Calic from his amateur background or have watched any of his professional fights, let me know what you think in the comments section below about this match for Joshua Buatsi. Because, of course, we know Joshua Buatsi was a good amateur himself. But again, he wasn't like the top amateur in the world or anything. He was an Olympian. He did, was it a bronze medal he got? So he did medal, but in fact, let me not mess it up here. I think he got a bronze medal, right? Or did he just reach the quarterfinals and not get a medal? But anyway, we know Joshua Buatsi was good amateur himself, as you can see, but not the top of the top. You know, he wasn't like Povetkin in the amateurs, for example, who was just dominating at super heavyweight for years and years. Or like Klitschko, when he was an amateur, same way. Joshua Buatsi ain't that, and neither was Marko Calic. So on paper, these guys appear to be fairly well matched. Like, it doesn't look any type of mismatch on paper at all. It looks like a well-matched fight. Dare I say a 50-50? It may be a 50-50 on paper. Is this the right time in Joshua Buatsi's career to put him in a 50-50 when he's just 12-0 and he's coming off, what, over a year layoff or more? Is this the right time to put him in a 50? If it's not a 50-50, it might be a 60-40, you know? So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, people, but this is his next opponent, all right? It's happening, I'm out.